Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Here we are getting ready to receive the new month of June. I do want to mention I've been actually, it's taken me about 2 or 3 days to meditate for each zodiac sign. And I have received messages coming through Spirit for all the zodiac signs. So I will get into that when I get into the reading. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Also, I do want to thank you guys for subscribing, liking, and sharing my videos. I truly appreciate it. For those of you who have contacted me for private readings, private consultations, spell work, etc., thank you guys very much. And getting your feedback and results are always amazing. So I'm very, very happy for you guys. Anyways, moving forward, for any contact information, if you're trying to get a hold of me for private readings, anything of the services that I provide, just look at the link description or the description box below, and you'll have links and you'll have all that information. So, anyways, this is going to be for the sun, moon, or rising of Geminis. So, for your messages when it comes to for the month of June, the messages that came through very strongly for Geminis is don't be afraid to ask for help. Be realistic when it comes to your intentions. Um, Believe in yourself. Fear is what's holding you back at the present time. That which you want is also what you fear. Okay, so those were the messages that came through very strongly. So when it comes to don't be afraid to ask for help, there was a sense of pride behind that when I got that message. So, for some of you Geminis, if you feel you're overwhelmed, if you feel like you're going through a struggle at the present time, whether it's business, finances, relationship wise, or whatever it may be, um, don't be afraid to ask for help. And again, like I said, the sense of pride was behind that. So, I feel that you guys allow pride to get in the way. Uh, in the way to clarify that is if in the past there's been a if in the past there's been a type of a pride behind what you do or what you accomplish, if you uh you know if you if your confidence comes from what you have in your possessions, that's a hollow type of pride. So now that you're going through struggles or difficulties, it's symbolized in the sense of sometimes you hold back from asking for help because you feel that you're too prideful to be asking for help, or it could represent that in the past when other people needed help from you, you were too prideful to lend out a hand. So humility and humbleness is very important for you guys throughout the month of June and July. Definitely did come on very, very strong. Now, when it comes to believing in yourself, I know Geminis tend to show confidence, and you guys usually do that through speaking, through communication. So, for some people, you may come off as arrogant. To some people, you may come off as a bit narcissistic or selfish. And it's one thing to say that, to try to convince people that that's what you are, when in fact there is a lot of insecurities going or broiling around you or within you. Um, but the thing behind that is, again, going back to that hollow pridefulness. Um, if you're not believing in yourself, that's the reason why you're not achieving. So if you guys are trying to grow your business, if you guys are trying to um, get more abundance, get more money, fix your relationship with your partner, whatever it may be, um, it's necessary for you guys to truly believe the words you speak. So if you're telling someone you're doing great, um, but circumstances and due to pridefulness, you're not really being realistic about or accepting what's going on with you. uh and again, going back to that of the pridefulness and speaking, oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine, when you know you're not, that's you speaking about it is not going to change the circumstance, okay? The only way you can change circumstances is through action and through having weight in your words. And what do I mean by that? If you say you're fine because you're trying to convince yourself that you are in fact fine, you have to make sure that you resonate to that same energy, so then circumstances can actually change. I hope that makes perfect sense to you guys. And also, when it comes to what's holding you back at the present time, um, I feel that when I heard fear is what's holding you back, it can be that you're doubting the process. You're doubting what's happening at the present time. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of doubts. There's a lot of impatience with you guys. So, again, it is very necessary for you to allow and trust in the process that's happening. Again, there's this thing where if you continuously keep saying that you're fine, that you're fine in the relationship, that you're fine when it comes to finances and money, um, but you're aware that you're struggling, by you saying that you're fine is not going to change anything. Because if your body is not accepting the fact, like I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm fine, but deep within me, I know I'm not fine, you're not attracting abundance to yourself because you're not believing in it. So it's necessary for you to believe in yourself in order to be able to overcome those obstacles that are in your surroundings at the present time. Now, when it comes to that of fears is what's holding you back, again, it came on very strongly to believe in yourself. A lot of the times we say we want this, we want that, but again, we know we have to take action to make things happen so then we can get the ball rolling, and we try to either we procrastinate out of fear, or we think that we're just killing time or whatever, but in fact what we're doing is we're just scattering energy, and we're self-sabotaging ourselves for our higher purpose, okay? So let's get into this reading. This is going to be for Geminis for the month of June 2017. Spirit, what are the messages for Geminis for the month of June 2017? Geminis, Geminis, Geminis. June 2017. Geminis, Geminis. June 2017. And Geminis, you guys are definitely the communicators, the twin. There's a need to communicate, there's a need to speak, there's a need, but in doing that, you have to be aware that what you speak of has power behind it. So try to watch the way you talk, try to watch an example. If I say, or if I take action in doing something, an example, um, if I get a candle and I'm calling abundance, I'm taking the action behind it. So I'm flowing energy and allowing energy to come back. But then the next day or the next month or so, I'm doubting the process. You're blocking yourself from that because there's doubt behind that. So be careful with that. So, anyways, I'm doing the 5 card spread. So it's going to be your finances, communication, challenge, and relationships, uh, and the last card being spirit's advice. So for your general energy, you have the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups definitely talks about the 5 of Cups has to do with that of feeling loss, feeling like you've lost hope of of the situation that you're in right now, or um, feeling the sorrow or emptiness if a person just recently walked away from a relationship, or if it was you who walked away from the relationship. Um, this is a general energy, so perhaps this is residue energy from the month of May. So when it comes to your finances, finances and business in the business front, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is talking about abundance, and it's abundance coming right at your door. So again, if you guys have been struggling, if there's been a process, if there's been all of that's quickly going to change within the next few weeks, if not few days. The Nine of Pentacles talks about, almost getting to the epitome of financial stability. It can also represent a big loan. So it can be a representation of someone that owes you money paying you. If you've been waiting on something that has to do with the material, whether it's on a business front or whether it's even expecting a raise or something like that in your work, you're definitely getting that for the month of June. Now, how you will be communicating throughout the month of June, you have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is definitely an energy where you feel like you have to watch your back. You feel like perhaps you've been a little bit antisocial or not really talking to many people, not surrounding yourself a lot with people. And it's because you're battling something, you've been battling something within yourself the past previous months. So it can be a representation of going within yourself, trying to find, it is wands, so it's trying to find your passion or trying to make something of that passion. It can also be a representation of you will only be able to find that abundance if you follow your heart, meaning if you follow your true passion, that's where you will either find success or have new doors open to you that are linked very, very close to what your passion really is or what motivates you the most. Okay. Now, again, like I said, the Nine of Wands is definitely someone that's keeping their guard up. But I feel that in doing that and in keeping your guard up, what you're actually doing is you are surrounding yourself. If you can see, these are all the wands, and there's three females here. To me, that's a representation of you being at the bottom and putting a wall up, keeping yourself away from social, keeping yourself away from people, not really trying to, have communication because this is the communication sector. So this is definitely talking about, I feel like this is kind of hurting you in the sense because um, you're kind of putting yourself in a cage of solitude, and that solitude is definitely not helping you out because whether you're trying to focus on positive energy, the fact that you're taking that action of keeping yourself away from people, there's a negative connotation with that. So, in fact, even if you're thinking positive or trying to think positive, that wall is actually there because of your negative feelings of feeling like people are affecting you. I hope that makes sense. Now, you do have two nines at the beginning of this reading, the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So, again, like I said, if you feel you've been battered, you've been battling, you've been suffering, if you feel that you just are right at the tip of giving up, again, do not give up. Why? You have two nines. This is closing a cycle, getting close to the ending of a cycle, and then re energizing yourself and being able to push forward and get that blessing. So you're like almost right at the tip of the mountain. Do not give up. Continue on, but do it in a positive sense, in the sense of, again, like I said, not feeling that people are trying to do something against you, because the more you focus on that, the more you're actually bringing that to be. Okay. Now, when it comes to your challenge for the month of June, you have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles talks about giving and receiving. Um, if you are, an example, if you are stingy, if you are, when you've had the opportunity to share and be abundant and you still count your money, what you're doing is you're telling the universe, be stingy with what you give me as well. Okay, so it's necessary for you to check yourself when it comes to that. Also, if you are in, if you're doing financially well already, because it is the Nine of Pentacles is at the start of the reading. If you're doing good, understand and know that the more blessings you give out to people, the more blessings you get in turn, and you get it tenfold. So it is necessary for you to be able to give as well as you receive. Okay. Now, when it comes to your communication, now this is you have two nines and you also have two sixes. And sixes are expansion and growth. So there is definitely an expansion when it comes to your financial front. There's going to be either an increase in your income, there's going to be a promotion coming up very soon, or again, if people owe you money, this is around the time that you have the green light to ask for that money in turn, because you will be getting it. Now, again, like I said, you have two sixes here. Now, when it comes to your romance, you have the six of swords, and the six of swords talks about travel. So perhaps some of you guys are thinking of actually traveling as a family or with your lover. Some of you guys are doing good, in fact, and you're planning, summer vacation or summer trip, something like that. I definitely do see that. I don't see it cross water, so it'd be like a road trip or something like that. Also, for those of you who are in a relationship, again, this is travel. So perhaps you guys are thinking of or planning to take on a road trip or something like that. Now, for those of you who are single at the present time, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is talking to me about an earth sign. You have two earth cards. So it would be a Capricorn, it would be a Virgo, or Capricorn, Virgo, um, or Taurus. Sorry, I just went blank. And this is a new energy, and the reason why I say new is, again, like I said, for those of you who are single, I feel like you're finally ready to move on. You're finally ready to release your past and move forward. I feel like there's already been communication with this earth sign. So again, take it slowly, okay? This card is moving forward, but as it's moving forward, it's kind of like allowing the wind to push the boat. So again, take it slow. Don't go jumping from one relationship to another. And finally, what your higher spirit wants you to know is that you have the strength to overcome the obstacles you've been going through. You have um, the determination and the will things to manifest in your life. Do not doubt yourself. Again, the strength card talks a lot about confidence and having confidence in yourself. Never feel like you don't have control over the situation, regardless of how impotent you may feel at the present time or in the past. Everything is passing, everything is in cycles. And just as a cycle, if you're down, definitely know and understand that that's not the end. There's no other way than to go up when you're down, okay? So this is very, very important. Now, also for those of you who are single, I do want to mention with the strength card, I feel that in the past, you usually go for people that are very physically attractive, but you have nothing in common with. The strength card does talk about sexual energy. So again, if you're trying to find something a little bit more serious, a little bit more long term, even though Geminis are not known for that, depending on your moon, of course. But if you are one of the few that are looking for a serious relationship and you've been single for a while, try the best you can to not be led by the physical aspects of the person, but genuinely get to know them, okay? Don't make the same mistake you've made in the past. So I hope this reading resonates with you guys. Again, thank you guys so much. Thank you for sharing, liking my videos, and we will see from each other mid month of June. If you have any other questions, look at the description box below and contact me. We'll move forward from that. Okay? Bye.